Hello. Thank you for the sub, Miss AJ. How is everyone? Happy Sunday. I haven't streamed in so long. Of no fault of my own. Stupid Xfinity. But it should be working now, I hope. Why is there so much hair on my mic? How is everyone? Hi, Ness. Congrats on being actual first today. Hi, Dizzy. I miss my rat. Congrats on being also first. Should. What did I say? Are you allegedly good, Miss AJ? I'm recovering right now. I'm trying to show her. Oh, I hope so. They gave us another modem, so hopefully it'll work. But apparently, like other people, they said other people in our building were also having problems. So I don't know. Where's my game? Yeah, I need. Why am I recovering? Because I went hard last night. A 2-year-old's baby. Fucking 2-year-old's birthday party. As you do. I'm getting lit for the baby, you know? So we're just gonna have a chill day. We're just gonna do some therapy on some vampires. Relax. Drink a little blood. By blood, I mean water. And this vitamin water strawberry lemonade. It was fun. It was a good time. Just been grinding dividend. Maybe for you guys. I'm gonna be a super fun cowboy vampire. You know what I mean? I don't remember any of the things that we learned. I think I played this, what, 2-3 weeks ago? It's fine. Are you screamed this morning? Yeah. Did your team win? Whoever you're playing against? Did they win? Did you guys win? Sorry, I just look rough, but like it's fine. You're gonna make him scream. Oh my god, they lost? Why'd they lose?
It's Sam Walls to see you, sir. The guy who's been sending you all them
There's a draw.
V-mails.
Oh! Well, at least they didn't lose. Is that better? You know? I'm gonna be munching on some very healthy snacks. I love hot Cheetos. Like the Chesters, like the little hot fries. They're so good.
Yes, I know
Wait.
who you are, Samuel Walls. You have come here because you.
Wait, this is
you
the
can help
beginning.
our
Wait. Exit. It was not a loss. Oh. But it wasn't fun. Damn. 50 streams? That's crazy. Red 40 is my favorite flavor. Wait, I'm fucking confused. Oh. Why would they do it like this? I'm assuming it's this one. Red 40 party. All my friends love Red
Samuel,
40.
greetings. You are seeing Dr. Drain again tonight, yes?
Okay, yes, now we're here. Hello. I'm Dorothy. How are you?
That's right. I'm keen to see how he's getting on. That fella's got himself wrapped up real tight.
Do not expect too much change too quickly. It takes a
Oh,
while for
okay. This is the. Let me refresh my memory. The doctor who is addicted to the drug that he made. Thank you. I need that. Some vitamin water today. We're being fancy today. be so cool to be sponsored by water. Vitamin water, please.
It took me only 2,800 years or so to internalize what I needed.
This guy is so cool.
I don't think the doc's gonna be too keen to wait that long.
Sponsored by Liquid Death. I'm just so metal.
I do not think he will have to. Unlike myself, he has you to guide him.
Oh gosh, I barely know what I'm doing, boss. I'm not sure I can keep track of all these new distortions I know about.
I already forgot all of this, but it's
I
fine.
do not expect you to. We humans are distortion machines, my friend.
But they're not human, they're
But
vampires.
let us ensure we address Dr. Drain's core distortion. You know what it is, don't you?
Being a big old grumps. Probably should statements.
That fella's a should statement machine, I'll tell you what.
I barely know what I'm doing, boss. We are Sam. Sam is me. Sam I am.
That's right. We can be certain he will carry this distortion with him, but I would like you to pick the rest to keep in mind, Samuel. Up until this point, you have addressed client distortions in small clusters. But now that you are aware of more cognitive distortions, you will notice them everywhere. We must not use cognitive distortions as weapons to beat our clients with. So pick 4 more to keep in mind during your session.
But what do I do if I detect he's showing the distortions I'm putting aside?
You do not need to address all of them, my friend.
Okay.
You won't catch every distortion, and if you did, I believe your clients would find you irritating.
Real.
I do not alert you to half of your cognitive distortions.
Okay.
We know that Dr. Drain will exhibit should statements. What else do you think he will come to this session with?
Oh shit, I have to choose. I don't think he can take a compliment. Probably very like black and white thinking. Probably control fallacy too. I'll just say labeling. Sure.
I think I've got what I need now.
Wow, okay, so now we get to pick and choose.
Very good, Samuel. I will leave you to it. Have confidence. It is well earned.
I guess I just gotta believe you. All right, Andy,
I know you will. I will see you after your session.
I love
I
Andy.
think I'm ready. And here comes the man himself.
And he's British.
I have partaken of my awful plasma almost every night. I am more monster than man now. Yes, well, I wish I could say the same. I have not had the most productive month. Back on this productive wagon, huh? Last time we were talking about all them should statements.
Exactly. Okay, I was
Yes,
right.
exactly. And what a waste of time that was. I took what we spoke about to heart, you know, like a fool. But the should statements, as you so tritely put them, were the only thing holding me together. You ignored the addiction problem I came to you with. Nay, worse, you told me it was fine. And oh, how eager I was to test that theory.
Oh no. I
I have partaken of my awful plasma almost every night. I am more monster than man now.
Probably labeling.
Compadre, you are a labeling machine tonight.
Come here.
Let's slow down and see if we can talk through what's been happening.
Okay. Zero, we're gonna be therapists.
Let's start with this monster label.
No!
Last time you told me
No
that
red
this
40 for
of
you.
yours just made you let loose a little. That don't sound too monstrous to me. You forget, Sam. We are vampires. When we let loose, all the world suffers.
Oh my god. So was he killing people?
Sounds to me like we could be
No.
having a fruitful conversation about moderation.
Zero.
I have a better idea. Seeing as you do not understand the gravity of the situation, I will make you understand. This is the plasma I've spoken of. Pure vampiric essence.
Is he gonna do his drug right in front of me
The remnants of our humanity.
during our
We
session?
should not be so quick to cast them away.
Dr. Drain is assigning himself quite an imperative. But whence came this imperative, Samuel?
This is the plasma I've spoken of.
Shit.
The drain is assigning himself.
This is the plasma I've spoken of.
Wait.
Pure vampiric essence. I will show you how should statements are the remnants of our humanity. We should not be so quick to cast them away.
Hi, Mango. How are you? What's up?
I agree with you that should statements are human, but that don't make them universal.
How are you? Happy
That's the point
Sunday.
I'm trying to make. There's lots of ways to live, Doc. That is exactly the problem, Sam. We don't live. And this is the result most dire. Witness the wages of our sin.
Witness. Miss Celeste is good. I think she is on her cat tree.
Now hold on a sec, Doc.
Looking out the window.
The time for caution is over. Goodbye, Sam.
What? Is he just leaving my session and taking the drugs with him?
What in hell?
Wait, he looks so much cooler when he takes the drug. Wait a minute. I'm a big fan of you, Mango. Oh. Mango, you went to TwitchCon last year, right? I've just been seeing people post their pictures and their experiences this year, and it seems like they were having fun.
Does it feel good to be alive? And who are you, darling?
He becomes from Oh my god, he's like Jekyll and Hyde. He becomes a Lord Luridus. Okay. Sure, I'll send you more pics of her. Whenever I see her. Bubbles, okay. The cat Bubbles. Wait, I don't know how Zero reacts to Bubbles. Let's see. Zero, look. Oh. He looks confused. One popped in his eye. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? He just looks confused. He said, what is that? There are catnip bubbles? Wait, that's insane. Yes, I did. It was cool. I wish more people went. That's true. I'm glad you had fun.
I'm Sam. I'm your therapist, Doc. You know that. My therapist. Oh, how wonderful. How absolutely pathetic.
Zero now!
A therapist. Oh, what a sad, pathetic waste you are, Dr. Drain. Allow me to introduce myself, then. I am Lord Luridus, and unlike that
Insane.
sad sack of quivering
No!
shit you've been talking to, I am a vampire.
Wait, that's cool. I think that's like, that would be the most fun part about going to TwitchCon, is like meeting your actual, like, streamer friends, I guess. And I would love to meet the Kazoku people. God, I can never say it.
I kill, I drink, I fuck.
Oh my god.
and I'm
He fucks?
sexy.
He looks like someone who would fuck. Comment on his clothing.
I never noticed your sweater was that tight. Yes, I like the way it rubs against my nipples.
Huh? Yeah, because meeting big streamers is not as fun as you think. I feel like, yeah, probably not. It's like the whole meeting your idols thing, because it's like, okay, cool, hi. Now what? Lord Ludicrous is... Oh! Thanks. Here, I will be down here. Zero, what are you looking at, dude? Look, okay, this guy looks like he fucks.
I'm not sure I needed that information.
I am actually Lord Ludicrous.
Oh, of course. Americans fear nipples, don't they? Ooh.
I like that he is really fixated on his nipple. Oh no, they're hot. I feel like I'm not meant to be there as a fan. No, I got you. That's true. Zero, what are you looking at, dude? Looks like Milo from Atlantis on meth. Well, he is literally drugged up. That's his character. This is him on drugs.
Yes,
We're trying to
I
get
see
him
it in your
off
eyes.
drugs. How are you?
You're afraid,
Congrats on being
aren't
first.
you, American? Your Puritan blood chills at the sight of me.
Now he's getting racist.
Maybe I'll warm it up before I drain it from you and turn you into a husk with a stupid hat. I wouldn't try it. I'm not you, though, am I? And I am always
Oh no,
hungry.
he's tweaking.
I suggest you stay.
Why do we have a gun? I mean, I guess we're a cowboy.
A vampire with a gun?
That's pretty goofy. What the hell?
How our kind have fallen. What are you going to do, cowboy? Kill
He has the
me?
munchies. You know, he really does. What the hell? Wait, is Eric from Texas? Yeehaw. It's cool.
Nope, but I can make sure the next few months ain't fun for you. Oh, how very kind of you to care about me, darling. It'll be our dear Dr. Drain who suffers. But I need the little worm for now, so I suppose I'll let you live. Mighty kind of you. Now you just settle on down and we're gonna have a chat.
Right, now it's time for therapy. Relax.
Ugh, talking. We are animals. We are not meant for talking. At least give me something to drink. I can rely on your piteous human blood to do me that kindness, yes? Alright, but I'm watching you, hombre. Look all you like. The show is free.
I like him. I like him better than Dr. Dre. Oh no, he's flying down. We got invited to all. Wait, that's so cute. Oh, I hope you guys have a wonderful time.
This is better than the swill I usually prefer. I'm more of a quantity over quality sort of creature. Yeah, I know your kind. I used to be a lot like you.
British?
And I suppose now you are just as repressed as the sad creature that exerts control over this luscious body of mine.
You're kind. Yeah, he's a cowboy.
I'm more free than I've ever been, but don't you worry about me.
Is
Let's
this-
talk about you.
Does Sam have a southern accent or a Texas accent? Because I don't know the difference, and apparently they are different. Like, to me, country accent is automatically Texan.
You're going to psychoanalyze me.
You gonna go down, bud?
I live according to my nature. You might as well interview a lion. Yeah, we'll see about that. I'm sure you are the way you are for a reason.
Why are you the way that you are?
You're not wrong about that. You know the answer already. Dr. Drain needs me. I am what is missing in his unlife. I am his hidden strength. I am his true essence. He is nothing without me, which he already realizes. You know, life seems pretty dang easy for you. Everything's so simple, ain't it? Something is and something isn't. Nothing in between. Nosferatu thinking's what I call it. Why, yes, that's exactly it. Unlife is easy. It's you enlightened vampires that make it so difficult. All the answers are so simple. We exist to eat, kill, and defile. All else is simply a lie. And why lie when the truth is so delicious?
No, I think he wants your attention. Because I picked him off my lap. Hi, Tree. How are you? Hello, hello. We are having a nice chill day today. Learning, being a vampire therapist, and the like. How are you?
Yeah, we all got needs, but we ain't animals. Not even you. You wouldn't be able to appreciate all them dirty deeds you love so much if you were. A pearl of wisdom from a delectable tart. You speak truly. We are lucky indeed to have the capacity to revel in our depravity. A shame the sad little doctor does not do so. You hear him talk about what he should do, but the sad creature cannot do those things. He should give in to me, and thanks to you, he has begun to. Come on now, you're really countering his shoulds with your shoulds? I think that proves there ain't no such thing as a should everyone agrees on. But my shoulds are so much more entertaining. His have only bred him hundreds of years of pathetic existence. Well, it don't make a damn bit of difference. I bet there are vampires a hell of a lot more depraved than
You
you.
didn't pick him
who
up?
think you should be doing things differently.
He wants to be up there again.
Really? Oh, you must introduce me. If there are holes I don't know about, I should very much like to know where they are. There. How old are you anyway? Dr. Drain's been summoning me for 14 years now.
He's only 14.
Oh, things are starting to make a lot more sense. You certainly sound like a 14-year-old. The transformation has already begun. I will subsume him. His body and his mind will belong to me completely, and Dr. Drain will cease to be. Yeah, you're awful confident about that.
That's kind of insane.
But I got bad news for you. You don't control.
He's
Dr.
a
Drain.
minor. He started having what, this like dual personality 14 years ago? Crazy.
Oh, darling. The little doctor controls nothing at all, least of all himself. Make no mistake, he shall be mine.
I missed that. Me too. I know we only had one, but I like this game. It's actually pretty fun.
Oh yeah, and how do you know that?
Voice acting's good, the art is good. We're learning.
I know the little wretch far better than you do. He hasn't changed in centuries. Was he in therapy then? No, only in the modern age do we make do with such delusional exercises. So not everything he does is predictable. I don't think you got a good reason to be so confident.
Got him.
Are you trying to fill my head with doubts? Do you even think that such a thing is possible? There is no such thing as doubt for beings such as we. We live or we die. That's all. And I will live. I notice a funny way you and Dr. Drain talk about each other, as though you're totally different people. You really think that's true? Have you spoken with our pathetic little doctor? You know, he doesn't drink real blood. That's why he's so weak. Hold on, how's he even alive if he's not drinking blood? Oh, the little ball of shame didn't tell you. He's not even a vampire.
What?
He drinks that synthetic trash he produces instead of real blood.
Yeah, to try and like not hurt people? Is that what his goal is?
Seems to me you got a pretty dang narrow definition of what it means to be a vampire. Heck, I don't see you wearing a cape. You sure you ain't just a regular mortal?
Got
Don't
him.
be a fool. There is a minimum requirement for being a vampire, that's all. And Dr. Drain does not meet it. He's an embarrassment to our kind, and worse, an embarrassment to me.
But you are him. You're the same person.
I'd be surprised if he were a 400-year-old virgin. If it weren't for me, his cock would have shriveled up like a raisin.
Oh.
I think I'm gonna surprise you, Lord, whatever you're calling yourself. But I think you're right. Dr. Drain does need you. But like it or not, you need him too.
That's crazy.
How very bloody dare you? What possible use could I have for a little turd like him? And none at all, long as you keep calling him names. You keep thinking of him as being a turd, and that's all he's gonna be. I admit, Dr. Drain might have a thing or two to learn from you, but he ain't gonna learn as long as you keep antagonizing him. Oh, come now, the little worm likes it. He is far better at hating Dr. Drain than I am, and I find him entirely loathsome. Then you ain't giving him room to grow. How would you feel if someone just called you an animal? I am an animal, pure and perfect. I don't care what anyone thinks of me. Vampires ain't animals, not even the worst of us. The moment we learned to talk and reason, living like beasts was out the window. What a strange creature you are. You dress like a buffoon, but speak like a philosopher.
What's me just shitting on Sam?
The buffoon is the more admirable of the two. At least he's honest. You and Dr. Drain lie and lie and lie to justify your existence. It's ridiculous to suggest that I need him. What could I possibly need him for? When I tire, I sleep. When I lust, I fuck. When I thirst, I kill. As it should be.
Huh.
There it is again, that simple thinking and them shoulds that are only yours. Come the hell on. You think we vampires should just go on autopilot? Fuck, sleep, kill, repeat?
On the hell on.
Well, naturally, we should ensure that those things are fun. Otherwise, what's the point in doing them? That's it right there. I agree with you entirely. About time. I'll remove my clothing then. Or perhaps I'll remove yours.
He said, alright, it's time to fuck. That's not professional, Lord Luridus.
But not so fast. You're missing the point. If we're doing these things because they're fun, well, everybody's got their own idea of fun. That's our human experience at work. Like me, for instance. I'm more of a high intimacy kind of lover. Oh, boff. You managed to make even delightful things seem so heinous. I'm only speaking the truth. What makes you so damn sure you know what being a vampire is anyway? Why do you think you've got it all figured out? Lie to yourself all you like, darling. We're all alike. I know what you crave. Oh, that poor mortal had a family. Who gives a damn? I'm thirsty. That poor mortal must consume in order to live, and so must I. He simply pretends not to enjoy it. I don't need to do any such thing. I love to kill. I love the taste of blood. Why would I love it if it weren't the only way to live? Point is, you're gonna get real fucking bored if you don't find a reason to do what you're doing.
Damn.
Do you think I need a purpose? That's a mortal concern. I don't need a fucking legacy. I need blood. The only thing I should do is what I was made to do. You're just as bad as Dr. Drain with all them should statements. He keeps talking about what he shouldn't do, and you keep talking about what you should do. You both act so damn sure of yourselves. You're so damn sure blood is all you need. Oh, did I forget to mention all the fucking? No, but hombre, you live forever. Food and sex is enough for animals. They got short lives. They get threatened and they die real quick.
True.
I know a lot of vampires who live like animals, and every single one of them is lost. Like him or not, Dr. Drain is your reason for living. Hell, if he didn't make this plasma stuff, you'd still be buried deep somewhere in his head. Fuck you. Dr. Drain is a pathetic little liar, and I will destroy him. That's what he wants. Then I'll come for you. If you're gonna kill me, you'd better be a quicker draw than I am.
The gun is hilarious.
You wanna try your luck, compadre? No need. I do thirst, though, and I smell something downstairs.
Virgins.
I smell mortals and virgins. Oh,
The
how
sniff was crazy.
delicious. You've been holding out on me, cowboy. You can drink what's in that bottle till Dr. Drain comes back. I ain't letting the likes of you near them people. At least you're aware enough to know that I am.
Hi,
a
Luco.
ravenous
How are
beast.
you? Hello, hello. Good evening.
And beast that I am, I must kill.
How you doing?
You will do no such thing to my mortals. Restrain yourself.
My last reel. Did you hear it? It was just for the Nicki concert. My sister and I made a goofy silly. It was a good concert. It was really fun.
Oh, now who is this beautiful morsel?
He is beautiful.
I am far older than any blood you have ever tasted, whelp. Do not dare to think you can overpower me.
Don't
That's
threaten
funny.
me with a
But yeah, the
weapon.
0.5. You just called him daddy?
I will
Whoa.
keep this poor animal contained, Samuel. You did excellent work in handling him.
Thanks,
Deserve
Andy.
some rest. I will meet with you later.
If you're sure.
Do not worry. I have no need to hurt.
Well, now I'm just disappointed. Alrighty, Andy.
He said, okay, I'm gonna dip.
And Lord Lurid, or whatever your name is, think about what we talked about, huh? Dr. Drain's got something you need. Oh, Vom, get out of here already. Not you two.
That was fun. Lurid detail. Survived Lord Luridius. Session.
Tornation. Barely walked out of that one alive. And I thought therapy was just talking. I could use a drink. I could use a drink.
If it isn't the Lone Ranger.
Hey, Crimson.
You've never heard of that artist before? But then again, I was... she's pretty popular, actually. I don't know if you've ever heard of 88 Rising, but she worked with them on a couple of their songs and albums. Her songs are really good. She's like in the same vein as like Keshi. But again, it's like very like Asian baby girl, Asian baby boy, like SoCal Asian type music. So I wouldn't expect you to listen to her at all, Luco. But it's really good music.
You look a little down, cowboy. Have a shot.
I don't mind if I do.
She did a song on Shang-Chi's soundtrack. That one Marvel movie, Every Summertime. It's actually really cute. It's a good song. The only Asian music I know and like is baby metal. Okay, well I say Asian music, like she sings in English. Like she's Indonesian, but she's like an English artist. But like majority of the people who listen to her are like Asians. At least in my experience. Because everyone there was like, yes! Nikki, person I went to the concert.
Well, you could say that. My client went a little feral. Tried to attack me.
She's Indonesian, right? I'm pretty sure she is. Do you listen to her, AJ?
That ain't good. I hope you booted their ass out.
Well, here's the thing. He wasn't himself. The fella, he can't stand.
Yeah, she's
being a
okay.
vampire,
Okay.
so
That's what I thought. That's
the
what I thought.
vampire comes out in nasty ways.
I was getting worried. I said, "Oh no, I've just been saying wrong things the whole time."
Don't put yourself into too much danger, cowboy. Cleaning up a pile of ashes isn't my idea of a good night.
Okay, that's fair. I listened to her a lot in college, and I didn't listen to her album that just came out, Buzz, which is what this tour is for, and it's good.
So what? He just went and turned into a monster?
More or less. Went from a restrained fella to a hedonist beast.
How do you think you handled it?
I think I did all right. I learned a whole bunch of cognitive distortions now. So I was
Gotcha.
still able to challenge the beast.
What music do you like to listen to, Luco?
Well, the way I figure it, he's still desperate for help, even if he doesn't act like it.
I can see why Andy likes you. A heart's still beating in there.
I'm a creature of the night, too. I just want to help my kin.
People like talking to you, cowboy. They can't help sharing their lives with you. Whatever it is about you, folks are always going to prefer talking to you over killing you.
I surely do hope you're right.
You know my big secret already. I wouldn't have told it to you if I didn't believe in you.
There's a lot of sort of whiskey, claro. Oh, okay. Nice. I listened to the first two somewhat, but not the second two people. If you like Mitski and Claro, you'd probably like Leve.
Well, that's mighty kind of you, Crimson. I'm humble.
Quit it with the aw shucks stuff. Now you're just trying to be cute.
I love Crimson.
And making success visit.
The second two people are very popular country people. Oh, I know who they are. I'm just saying I don't listen to them because I don't like country.
Oh, hey, it's my little buddies. How's it going, kids?
Well, I recognize Willie Nelson. I don't recognize Waylon Jennings.
Bad.
I've definitely played Whale.
Oh, have you? All right, never mind. I guess I've heard him.
I think the one that I know.
Is that him? Okay, I'm a liar, I guess.
the one
Sorry,
that,
sorry. I don't actively listen to country music.
I've definitely played
Personally.
Waylon Jennings.
I'm
Oops.
sorry to hear that, Maxie. What's going on?
Make some room, Kinder. I've got customers to serve. Go talk in the kink room.
Huh, to the kink room.
Would you like to chat in the kink room, Maxie?
I would like that very much.
So what's going on, Maxie?
My boss yelled at me today and made me sad.
Real.
Well, what happened?
Someone injected a malicious SQL query into our API and used it to execute code.
Of
We
course.
did not have our queries parameterized, so they were able to drop the user table entirely.
Of course.
I warned the backend developers that this would happen, but I got all of the blame.
Aw, sorry, Maxie. Countries for sure about feeling like a cowboy driving my 2006 Toyota Corolla. Real. Oh, thanks for the watch streak. How are you?
That sounds like
How
a
you
real
doing?
mess, Maxie. Reminds me of the time I forgot to lock the gate on a cattle drive. By morning, every last cow was gone, just like your user table thing.
I am not a programmer, so I don't know what she said, but it sounded rough.
Well, maybe your boss was hopping mad, but I bet next time they'll listen to you.
Am I the only one who is now aroused?
No, Reinhardt, I am also aroused.
These two are so funny.
Okay, get on over here and pass me some neck.
Bite the veins! Rah!
Very well, cowboy. I suppose I am ready to die.
What? I wasn't trying to kill you. Let me try again.
What? Bite the veins. Did I not?
Very well, cowboy.
What?
I suppose I am ready.
What? I wasn't trying to kill you. Let me
Isn't it this? Oh,
I
okay.
feel as though all my worries have been sucked away.
Willow Avalon? Oh.
I am well acquainted with this feeling, Hazi.
And you will be once more.
I think that's my cue to get to my coffin.
You scared the American away, Maxie.
I suppose I am a very bad girl.
They're gonna fuck in the kink room.
All right, I'm out. Bedtime for sleep. I'll see you kids later.
Okay, we're going. Hi, eyes. Give it a lurk. How many modern artists? I don't know the modern country.
Samuel, greetings.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, hey, Andy.
What is wrong, my friend? You don't seem your chipper American self.
I guess I ain't too happy to be seeing tonight's client. I'm still feeling the tongue lashing.
Oh, we're gonna talk to the Italian now.
Ah, yes, the Signora d'Este. She certainly has a way with words.
It ain't
It's
that.
there,
It's just
but
the sense I get. Like she thinks
it's
I
I
can be a
can't do
certain
the
way just
full
'cause she tells me to.
camera without blocking some of the words.
Aha. At least that makes her chord distortion clear, doesn't it? You know what it is, of course.
That lady's got control fallacies out the wazoo, and they've given her centuries of stress.
Very if with me, of course.
I do not know this term, wazoo, but you are correct. The woman who chooses immortality so that she can ensure her family makes the correct decisions probably has some control issues.
And taking out her stress on me.
Do not take her criticisms too much to heart, my friend. You are simply a convenient target, an element within her control.
That still don't make it much fun.
I will not deny that Signora d'Este is a confrontational client, but take her presence as a gift, however you can. A woman so powerful in her time has much to teach us. You have all the tools you need at your disposal to help her. Consider your approach.
She did this. And this. I forgot what emotional reasoning was. But we'll do it.
All right, I think I'm ready.
I will leave you to meditate then. Be well, Samuel, and let this 3,000-year-old tell you, you are a fantastic therapist.
Andy's so kind.
Oh, gosh. You're gonna make me blush. Get on out of here, boss. I can handle
Get on out of here.
I know you can.
Now I think I'm ready. And here she comes. A deep breath.
I love the
Howdy, senor.
music wrecks
Nice to
going
see you
on.
again.
Yeah, I think last week was my 6 months at my job. It's been going fantastic. It's great, actually.
Liar. You are as pleased to see me as I am to see you, therapist.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I enjoy the job, in what we do and like the overall, because I work for a nonprofit, right? So the only con is that I don't really get paid much because it's a nonprofit. But other than that, it's good experience as well working in like clinical trials. So it's good for my resume.
We're gonna get straight into it, huh? All right, lay it on me. Why ain't you happy to see me?
Because you are a worm.
Okay, girl, what the fuck, Isabella?
Yeah, I've been called a lot worse. You're gonna need to be more specific than that, Senora.
It's cool. I work for profit, so I don't get paid much. Hate that. Sorry. Hate working. I do not dream of labor.
You are a worm because of the way you wriggled into my mind the last time we spoke, leaving behind loathsome doubts. The only reason I am here is to confront you for your beastly behavior. I come to you in crisis, and you suggest that I am the cause of my own woe. Aren't you supposed to help me?
Surprise. You're the problem.
Senora, you came in here
Or
telling
yourself.
me that Art is dead. How am I supposed to help you with that?
I don't know. But telling me that my existence has been a complete waste of time is not comforting.
I definitely don't remember saying that, Senora. What I said is that you ain't gonna change the world for anyone, but that doesn't mean your work wasn't worth anything. That's what I call
Shit.
That's what I call a control fallacy. Senora, you're one person. One powerful, intelligent, and talented person, but one out of billions.
Bought a soy sauce bottle today, and the last time I bought it was a year ago. Ugh. Yeah. Shout out inflation.
You can't expect to reach everyone.
I think it's been very depressing looking at the housing market and like seeing how the houses within the past like 5 years even have drastically increased.
It ain't gonna help a fellow like me who grew up without ever having heard the name Michelangelo.
Michelangelo? Who is Michelangelo?
The guy what painted the Sistine Chapel. Michelangelo.
Michelangelo did no such thing. Perhaps you are thinking of a man from New Jersey or a turtle. It is Michelangelo.
I think she's my least favorite.
Senora, you want to talk about wasting time? What's using me as a punching bag doing for you?
Big ups inflation. My NR1 hated homie. For real.
Very well. I will speak plainly. I am angry with you, Mr. Walls. Yes, perhaps not all I did was a waste of time, effort, and pain, but to think that much of it was. This is most horrifying.
Real. We were told by a realtor lady that December will be a really good time, especially after the election. So I'm like, oh, okay. That's good news. I don't remember. Is it this one? Damn it.
Carefully, Samuel. It is not only truth that harms the Senora, but also the way she perceives
Oh,
truth.
is it emotional reasoning?
Perhaps not.
Listen
Fuck.
carefully, Samuel. It is not only truth.
Yes, perhaps not all I did.
I don't
was
remember
a
what
waste
any of
time.
it
Listen
is.
carefully.
God damn it.
Maybe it'd help if we looked at that wording you used. Even if you didn't achieve your goals in them efforts, you can't just say they were a waste of time.
Cowboy bloodsucker. That's crazy. Wait. How do I turn the... Oh. Okay, well, I wanted to see what they were,
If you
but it's fine.
Sitting in bed for 400 years watching bad TV, then I'm...
A disgusting notion. I am already dead. I do not need my mind to actively decompose by watching Batflix's latest trash.
So maybe let's reserve waste of time for trash, huh? I can see why it'd be upsetting to see something you put a lot of effort into not work out.
It is more than upsetting. It is devastating. I did not just fail to bring the understanding of true beauty into the world, I failed to bring it to my own familia. I watched them die, Mr. Walls. It was not the physical death that caused me the greatest pain, but the spiritual death. They had no care for the Gonzaga name nor the Deste name. Despite my sacrifice and all my efforts, they pissed away my legacy.
Oh boy, sounds like there's a lot to it.
Ah, shit. There it is, the
It is a
problem.
dark and painful story, Mr. Walls. A story where my greatest joy turns to ash, and I was powerless to stop it. When last we met, did I tell you about my son?
No, I don't think so.
Federico. Ah, my dear Federico, my little clown, my
Aw.
delicate artist, my beautiful boy. I suffered for him, Mr. Walls. I put up with my husband, Frankie, and all his brutishness, all his licentiousness. All for Federico.
Oh, she loved her son.
I raised him to be intelligent and clever, to understand the gentle arts and philosophy. I raised him to be a deste. But for all my efforts, I could not cool his Gonzaga blood, and it persisted for a century to the ruin of our house.
Dude,
I
I
know great powers, Samuel, but power over blood, that I shall never have, and there are none who can.
guess control
I
policy
hate to
then,
break it to you,
too.
senor, but every kid's got two parents, whether they know them or not. And kids have got minds
Real?
of their own.
I refuse to believe that we are trapped by our blood. What was my destiny as a girl? Men of my time said it was to be servile and docile, a political pawn. What saved me from that fate? Knowledge, study, an appreciation of
This game has made you not like
music,
therapy.
history,
Well, I don't
and
think therapy
literature.
is meant to be like, oh my god, yay, I'm going to therapy. I think it's meant to realize hard truths, no? I don't think that's like someone's favorite thing.
In the same way, I should have been able to save my son. But my failure did not end with my darling Federico. I was only 153 when
Oh,
the
she was
once
so
great
young.
Gonzaga house surrendered all its honor to the hated Spanish.
Real.
I stood by, useless as a statue, as the Gonzaga name burned in the war of the Mantuan succession.
Because from this therapist side, it seems that you make the patient accept bad things. Well, I think, yeah, like, should every bad thing be accepted? I mean, if it's going to happen, if it's out of your control, then, like, what can you do? There's no use in, like, feeling shitty about it. It sucks, obviously. This lady has been alive for however long.
So wait, there's a whole ass war going on and you're supposed to stop it? How's that work?
I gave up my humanity to guide my familia through the ages. If I could not do that, what was the point of becoming undead?
True.
Wait a sec, senora. You're saying that if you couldn't guide your family, becoming a vampire was entirely worthless. Is that true?
Mr. Walls, what is our purpose other than to leave a legacy? Do you suggest we float through existence like spineless jellyfish?
You're a clever, intelligent woman, senora. The opportunities you got ain't nothing like mine. You're taking it to extremes. I'm saying you're putting all your eggs in one basket, but you got loads of baskets and loads of eggs you're ignoring.
I do not desire those eggs or those baskets.
You know that for sure?
No, of course not. I understand what you are trying to do, Mr. Walls.
What am I trying to do, senora?
You are trying to tell me that I've been living a lie for more than 400 years.
I ain't doing anything like that, senora.
Do not fret, peasant. We are in agreement. I have been living a lie. We all have. As I told you last time, I know my own foolishness. But time has not made my mortal concerns fade. In my mind, I know that virtue, love, chastity, wisdom, honor, these kinds of words were created by men to make us supplicant. But, fool that I am, I still love the idea of virtue. I have loved it ever since I was a child. I used to love all the tales of Roman mythology. I saw myself in all the goddesses.
Slay.
I saw my strength and chastity in Diana. In Minerva, my wisdom. In Venus, I saw my timeless beauty and romantic nature.
Romantic nature.
You romantic.
nature. What a wretched parrot I hear. Do not look at me so.
Dude, she's such a bitch. I don't like this person.
Until
The other
reality
ones are
came
fun.
crashing down upon me. Look at this painting I had commissioned.
What am I looking at? I don't know much about art.
Okay, let's see. We got boopies. We got peepees. We have horse with wings. Pegasus. My fault. What is that? What are they holding? Did he throw something at the thing? At the cherub, I guess? What else is there? Are these colors significant?
The figures standing upon the arch are Venus and Mars.
Oh, I see.
Mars
My
is
fault.
portrayed by my idiot husband, Frankie. Beside him, I stand as Venus.
Oh, I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be looking.
You may appreciate my beauty, peasant, but do not let your eyes linger upon my once supple body overlong. This is art, not pornography. But look
Real.
closer and you will see that even this art is a lie.
Oh, then maybe this is their
the
baby?
dream of a foolish girl.
Oh no, this is Cupid.
To be enjoined in pure romantic love with a handsome warrior. I believed so
Aw.
hard, Mr. Walls, that I thought I could make it true. But this handsome man is not Frankie. This is Frankie.
Oh.
He is not Mars, but Vulcan.
Dude, fuck Frankie, I guess.
Well, he's got some abs. I'll give him that.
Yes, I did not shy from truth. But see how love's aim goes amiss and strikes his gangrenous penis rather than his heart.
Ah.
See the grapes behind him, for the drunkard is never far from his true love. See how he flails helplessly, as if begging a true warrior to put a sword in his belly.
She hates her husband. Micro alert. Real.
I'm sensing we've got some work to do around your husband.
Whatever gave you that impression? The man was created solely to crush my view of the world and my place in it.
Oh god.
Naturally, I might have some issues around him.
Is that emotional reasoning? Fuck.
Senora Deste is suggesting her husband's improprieties were designed to hurt her.
Is it personalization?
Senora,
Okay,
whatever
that one.
problems your husband had, they were problems he had before he even heard of you.
Maybe he was. But either way, looked like she hated him.
Anyone he could have married would have had the exact same problems with him. Ain't nothing to do with you.
Ah, yes, you are indeed correct. One cannot blame a boar for being
Okay,
a
so
boar, even if he dressed him
personalization
up
is
as
like
a
taking it
man.
personally. That's easy.
It would have
Just
been
forgot.
better for all if he had married a sow.
Damn.
At least everyone's expectations will be lined up, huh?
Quite so, Mr. Walls. I now believe that Frankie was the truest man I ever met. That is what broke my heart. I maintained the illusion that he was my Mars because that is what I needed. I was not ready to face the truth. Oh, but I knew. Even as a 15-year-old girl, I knew.
Oh.
But I could not accept that I was married to the legendary penetrator of Mantua.
Huh?
Is it any wonder that I prefer the lie of Virtu? Is it any wonder that I still prefer to believe it? The problem is men.
Okay, we're pivoting.
Give up your dignity for an evening in the company of Lucrezia Borgia.
Okay, so her husband was a cheater?
Hold your horses there, Senora. I don't even know who the heck Lucretia Borgia is.
She is the inventor of twerking. All men
What?
flock to her, as I'm sure you would.
What? What do you mean? Italians invented the femcells.
She
Oh
was
no.
blonde, but she looked like a redhead to me. You know what they say about redheads. Kissed by Lucy.
I've never once heard that about redheads, but that's actually hilarious.
Dang, Senora. You're over
Wait, we're a redhead.
building up and making you see whole
Girl.
groups of folks is awful. Now I know you got your reasons for feeling the way that you do, real personal ones. But recognize where your experience is making you narrow your thinking. I mean, Senora, I'll be straight with you, as you're a tough lady. Here's where I think it's coming from.
You're insecure.
You're comparing people to gods, including yourself.
You're a
Like
real
everyone's
grouch, you
failing
know that?
test. Frankie, we're
Could you
never
imagine?
gonna be Mars.
You go to a
You weren't
therapist to
ever gonna
work
be
out
Venus,
like your personal
but you weren't
problems, and
born
they
out of
just
no
say that
shell.
to you. You're being a real stick in the mud, actually. You're a real grouch. You ever thought of maybe just relaxing? Dude, God. I'd be such a good therapist.
And you will never be anything but a peasant.
Heck, Senora, I'll be as surprised as anyone if I get invited to a high society dinner. I can tell I'm hitting a sore spot, but maybe that means that's what we've got to focus on.
She's silent.
I do not like you, Sam Walls. But you are correct. I betray my own purity of spirit with my anger. But I say, why should we not aim to be like the gods? Humanity is not worth preserving when we are such petty creatures.
Fuck. Which one would this be? And maybe she got fed up with me. Oh, I hope you found a different one then. That's not mean. This one? God damn it.
The Senora has a rather dim view of.
But I say, why should we not aim to be like...
Damn
The
it!
Senora has a rather.
Humanity ain't worth preserving if we ain't like the gods. Come on, Senora.
That's
even the
alright, she's
gods weren't
partially there.
perfect.
I mean...
You're ignoring
That's
the
fair.
good about being human and giving the gods a mighty big pass on their flaws too.
I suppose Jupiter was a bit of a fixer-upper. You should hear what he did as a swan.
New suspect lined up. You can torture. That's funny. Well, I hope it goes well with that person.
No, I think I'd rather not. Senora, humanity is all we got. Even if we're immortal, every word we're speaking is a result of our humanity. Yeah, we make a lot of mistakes, and some of us sound like peasants, but all that messiness is worth something. It makes us who we are.
Makes me a peasant.
Senora, I don't think you're a goddess. I think you're way more interesting and impressive, because you're real.
Well, you have great wisdom for a peasant, Sam. And your kerchief is a fetching shade of red. It matches your eyes.
Aw, she gave us a compliment.
Thanks, Senora. Let's focus on you, though. What happens if you're not that perfect goddess?
I suppose I have always felt that if I could not live to my ideals, I would be left
What?
with nothing. I would be discarded like Frankie's mistresses and die of some sex disease.
You know, that would not be good, I'd
Senora,
say.
I don't think there's any universe where you're discarded. A woman of your strength and intelligence ain't ever gonna be forgotten.
I just haven't made an appointment yet. I mean, take your time, friend.
Maybe things didn't turn out the way you hoped, but you made do with what you had pretty damn well. No matter what, you're holding a pretty nice set of cards. Just because you don't have a straight flush doesn't mean your life was worth nothing.
Please, Mr. Walls, do not say toilet words in front of a lady. But I understand your meaning. You are correct, I think. It is hard to imagine my falling so far. Oh, Mr. Walls, I know you speak the truth. I wielded great strength in an age where women were not respected. But I alone feel the weight of my family's collapse, so I feel responsible for it.
What?
Does Senora Deste's feeling of responsibility for her family does Senora Deste's feeling of responsibility for her family make them her responsibility, Samuel?
But I alone...
Is it this?
I know it's a
God
lot
damn
there,
it!
Senora. But that weight you're carrying doesn't mean you're the one destined to...
This sounds like some of that excellent peasant wisdom of yours. Please explain.
What I'm saying is that feeling you've got doesn't create truth. You feel that you have ultimate responsibility for your family, but that feeling doesn't make it so.
Yes, I see. No one gave me this responsibility other than myself.
That's exactly it, Senora.
But I was the only person capable of preserving my family, Sam. That is what makes my failure so poignant.
God damn it.
All power over a situation rarely resides
Okay,
with
then
one
it's
person.
this. Then it's this.
Senora,
Ha ha ha.
what if you weren't the only person capable?
I don't know. I never considered such a thing.
Well, try to consider it now. What if you accepted that whatever was going to happen to your family was going to happen?
You sound like a Calvinist.
Never mind with the labeling for now. How would you feel if you knew nobody can control what happened to the Gonzaga house?
I I think I would
Oh, we're making it a
relieved.
breakthrough.
Senora, whatever happened to your family, fault never belonged to you. You were the one who named yourself responsible. No one else did. Look at who you are. And I think you can be damned impressed at who that lady is.
Damn you.
You made her cry.
Too late, Senora. Look, let's wrap up tonight, huh? I think you did great. You probably got some stuff to think about.
Much to think about.
Thank you, Sam. I will see you in a month.
Of course,
Nice.
Senora. I'm looking forward to it.
Goodbye, Sam.
Samuel, it appears you have an admirer.
Oh.
Shucks.
I think Isabella d'Este has liked fewer than 5 people in her hundreds of years of existence, and you are one of them. Remember, though, that romantic entanglement between the therapist and client are absolutely forbidden, in case you are tempted.
Come on now, Andy. I ain't gonna do anything like that.
Of course, should the mind wander into fantasy, that is entirely acceptable.
Oh, you're just messing with me.
I could not help it. It's rather cute. The First Lady of the Renaissance and
Renaissance.
humble cowboy Samuel Walls. Quite a picture, isn't it?
Okay, that's it. I'm getting a drink.
I'm sorry, Samuel. Please, drink. Ask Crimson for the Royal Virgin. It's my very best. I think...
Yeah, whatever. You have a good night, Andy.
Rest in peace, Samuel.
Good morning, GM. How are you? Oh, fuck. Sorry. Just bumped into the mic.
And I thought I had family problems. I need me a Crimson special after that one. Howdy, Crimson. Think you could fashion me up one of them blood cocktails?
I reckon so.
A cheese
Got
doodle.
another in
Oh,
mind tonight, Captain.
yeah, that's what I'm eating. These are my favorite. The little Chester's fries. Do they have this in Europe, Luco? So it's like a hot Cheeto, but it's like puffed instead, and they're my favorite Cheeto variety, Cheeto version. So it's like this.
Yeah, just thinking about family stuff. I got this client who's got some real
No, you
tough
don't.
family issues
Oh
to
my
go
gosh.
through, and it got me thinking about my own, or my lack of family at least.
If you ever come to the States, I recommend it. If you like, do you like spicy things? They're not that spicy, but I don't know if you like spicy things in general.
You got any family left?
I've got a great granddaughter kicking around apparently.
I'm
but
chilling,
she's got no
Jim. I'm
connection to this
chilling.
old cowboy.
Today's my recovery day because I went hard at a 2-year-old's birthday party last night. I'm feeling good.
Not sure what she'd say if a man dressed like a cowboy introduced himself as her vampire relative from the 1800s.
I see your point. Sounds like you don't have many family problems then.
I reckon so. Family means a lot to my client, though. I hope my perspective's still useful.
I love spicy thing, but just like the flaming hot Cheetos. Oh, maybe. Because I know, like in Korea, their like Lay's chips taste very different from here. And their Cheetos also taste very different from here. Like for some reason they're sweet. Like there are like no normal salty snacks over there. But I've never been to Europe, so I don't know what your snacks taste like.
How do you think she's handling her therapy so far?
Pretty well.
I think she's doing pretty well, honestly. She spent a long time judging herself by her family's achievements, but I think she's starting to recognize the fruitlessness in that.
Seems like you don't need her family to be able to give her some hope.
I suppose not. Rich family problems were never going to be my specialty anyway. You got family back home, Crimson?
Yeah, I've got some family. We don't talk too much. I went a little wild after I got my diagnosis. They're not too fond of my lifestyle choices, but hey, at least I'm alive. And I get to hear them gossiping about how I don't age.
Well, you chose a good age to stop getting older. I often wish I weren't such a dusty old
Your favorite
corpse,
chip is the
but
Cool
that
Ranch
comes when it
Dorito.
comes.
Oh, okay. I like those. I like those. Maybe because I can't get them in your country. Oh, interesting. What are, I guess, like the American chips that you have, if any? My favorite chip? That depends. I really like these. I'm a fan of salt and vinegar chips, actually. I do like those.
Sometimes he's still waiting for me to give him an
I also like kind of like rice puff chips. Those are good. Like if they're cheese flavored.
Death always is. Pardon me for asking, but is there a reason you're choosing not to be a vampire?
Like a little bit of salt and vinegar. No, that's fair. Like I wouldn't be able to eat like a whole bag in one sitting unless it's like one of the mini ones. I feel like a good portion is this.
There is, but I'm not talking about it tonight. A little mystery makes life a bit spicier, don't you think, cowboy?
Because then I think, yeah, it starts hurting my mouth. I love the menu. Exactly. It makes me feel good. I'm like, okay, just one portion, and that's it. And it usually is enough for my craving.
Oh, I wasn't trying to pry or nothing.
Exactly, yeah. They have the perfect amount.
Bullshit. I know you're curious. Here, consolation prize.
Is this the Royal Virgin?
But what is it?
Black Widow.
Oh, just kidding.
Black stuff's just food coloring. Figured you were in the mood for a scary lady tonight.
Thank you kindly, ma'am. Think I'll take this to my coffin for a quiet night.
You do that, honey. And don't spill in Andy's coffin. He'll act like he's not mad, but you know he's mad.
Why should I be upset? What has happened has happened.
Not bad, cowboy. Get the hell out of here.
Okay, I'm going. See you later, Crimson.
I like Crimson.
There we are. Gotta get me one of these fancy coffins for back home. Now, let's see. What am I in the mood for?
Okay, what should we do?
I think I'm either gonna find a passage from Little Women that suits me, or I'm gonna watch Shemp get smacked in the head with a hot iron. Or I'm going to bed.
Let's watch Shemp. Who is Shemp? In a vice? What? But Doritos have some Lays. Pringles and hers and Talkies. You guys have Talkies? Oh, okay. I love Talkies. But that... I would go to town on Talkies. It's not good for you. I don't know what hers... Like Hershey's? Doritos and Talkies have the same flavors as America's, all of them. Oh. I don't know what hers is.
These guys are great.
Takis, I only have like the original basically. But I know they have like a sweet chili one. It's not that good. They have a blue one that tastes exactly the same like the normal one. It's just blue. But the Lay's and Pringles have different flavors from American ones. Oh, that's cool. Here, you guys watch this show real quick. I'm gonna go potty. I'll be right back. Or is this like a B tier chip brand in popularity? Dang, I've never heard of that. That's cool. It's quite popular in America. Is it? I'll have to look it up.
No. You are too fortissimo, too allegro, too quantro.
Oh, is that bad?
It ain't good. You're supposed to be singing about the voices of spring, not the eruption of a volcano. Give with the throat, not with the bellows.
Oh, Professor, you want it more like a bird.
That's it. Give me the bird. Look. Play.
You've seen it on Good Mythical Morning and other American snack shows. What the? Wow. I like that the show is
Well,
Kept
that's enough
going.
fun for one day.
Let me look it up. Let me be the judge.
Good night, son. See you in hell.
Why would you say that? Hers chips?
Samuel, greetings. I believe you are seeing our actor friend tonight, are you not?
Huh. I don't think I've ever had these chips before. Interesting. Wow, the more you know. Oh, yes, the Shakespearean actor. Let's
Yeah, I
go.
guess so. I still ain't
Like
sure
a
I'm the right
Hers
therapist
cheese
for
and
that fella.
jalapeno. That sounds yummy.
There may not be a right therapist for him, but let us think positively. He has put himself in your care, and that is a...
Yeah, I guess so. I'm thinking it's gonna be an uphill battle, though.
At least his core distortion is clear, don't you think? You know what it is, I am sure.
Probably emotional reasoning.
It's gotta be emotional reasoning. I ain't never seen someone so dramatic.
Certainly Edmund's thinking is derived from his intense emotions. But what spurs his emotions?
It's personalization, right?
Bless you.
Of course, a distortion common to many with narcissistic tendencies.
Yep, it's the Edmund Keane show all day, every day.
I recognize your disdain, but pause a moment. It must be difficult for Edmund to make everything all about him all the time, don't you think?
He doesn't have to make everything about him, though.
He doesn't know that. Keep digging, Samuel. You will find his truth. Choose your distortions well.
Okay, well, probably labeling. Let's do the emotional reasoning. Probably Nosferatu thinking. Overgeneralization, I guess? I wonder, since you can choose like any of these, does that trigger different statements? That'd be kind of crazy.
I think I'm all holstered up now.
Or, oh,
Very good, Samuel. I wish you patience and compassion. Good luck.
good luck.
See
I
you
like this
later,
guy.
Andy.
He was funny.
All right, now what did Andy teach me? Breathe. I think I'm ready. Right on time. I think I hear him coming.
Here he is.
Hey, Edmund, good to see you. How you been feeling these past few weeks?
Empty, my dear boy. Empty. I am but a vessel made for a single purpose. But alas, and alack,
It's the professional
purpose is in
yapper.
supply most rare.
You mean acting, right?
Aye, that's the rub. Acting, my dear boy. Acting. My thespian blood goes rancid with stagnation, and the only cure seems to me irreprehensible now. I do not wish to face these mortal directors, for they dare to tell me my art.
Ain't that what directors are supposed to do?
Oh, my dear boy. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and others have greatness thrust upon them. No director can thrust greatness upon the already great. In mine own case, mine greatness hath already been achieved.
There is no room for improvement in Edmund at all.
No director can thrust...
Nobody's saying you ain't great, Eddie. You're talking in extremes. If every actor's awful or perfect, what the heck's a director supposed to do?
A most unenviable position, to be sure. I have directed, and did find it most odious. Indeed, a great actor can make the less talented seem even smaller.
But you get it. All the director's doing is making sure everyone's doing what they're best at, right? That ain't saying you ain't great.
I suppose. But it is most frustrating when I know best.
Well, maybe you can help me understand a little better. You said that greatness was thrust upon you, right? How did that happen?
Ah, you are curious to hear what circumstances created this actor non pare. I cannot blame you. Well, recounting such a history will please me indeed.
Oh my god.
I first rattled the foundations of the stage as a mere babe. Indeed, too young for memory, and yet old enough to command attention. Clad only in swaddling cloth at the age of 4, I was Cupid himself. But my arrows seemingly went astray, for the entirety of the audience
child
fell in
actor.
love with me. It is the stuff of legend. For tender as my mind was, I could not bear witness to my own greatness. But it does prove that I was indeed born great.
But you said greatness was thrust upon you.
It was a matter of necessity. You may not guess it from my gentle speech, but I am no lordling. Selfishly, and surely to spite me, my father shuffled off his mortal coil when I was but a babe in arms, ere I ever graced the stage. It left my mother and myself in dire straits.
Hold on a sec. You said your old man died selfishly. Well, what do you mean?
Well, what kind of a father drinks himself to death when he has a beautiful baby son at home?
Oh,
At least
poor
waited
guy.
until my son was older before I did the same.
Oh, that's he's so kind.
Eddie, come on. Listen to yourself. I'm sure you didn't die to spite your son, just as your pa didn't die to spite you. I ain't gonna deny his choices hurt you, but they weren't all about you.
Forgive me then. 'Tis ever the fate of an actor to feel every emotion more keenly. The situation my mother and I were left in was most precarious. We were the lowest of the low, you see.
Aw.
We lived in the rookeries and begged for our bread. But he that hath wit must make content with his fortune's fit. And oh, did we beg! She was my Queen Gertrude, and I her filthy little Hamlet. Did I mention I played Hamlet at age 14?
No, I hadn't heard that.
Well, anyway, my mother was a competent actress, but it was my wit alone that saved us from destitution. Forsooth, I was so prodigious that at the age of 7, I garnered the attention of one Reginald Flopbot of the Worthington Flopbots.
Flopbot?
'Twas he who paid to get me off the streets and into the dormitories. He said, "Edmund, my cherub, the streets are not for you. One day you will be the greatest of actors."
Hey, how about that? You went and proved him right.
Piffle. Master Flopbot never gave a fig about my potential.
Oh.
I was a prop to him, a symbol of his generosity and high breeding. Every month he would stage an elaborate party with all the well-to-do society of London. The dandy fop would stand upon a dais and announce himself as the savior of the city's poor. That was my cue. I would be lowered down from the rooftop, wearing naught but
What?
clothes and a set of opulent wings. The gentry's delight was my dungeon. But I would flit among them, reprising my breakout role as Cupid by shooting little arrows of love at them. At the age of 7, it was most disquieting. At 11, on the cusp of manhood, the shame was too much.
11?
Dang, Eddie, that sounds awful. That Flopbot fella had no right to do that to you.
No, indeed. I remember my last performance quite vividly. The titters and leering glances from the guests linger ever in the back of my mind. And fool that I was, I played my part still. I should have plunged mine arrows into that fool Flopbot's chest instead of shaming myself. Edmund was just a child. How was he to know what to do? And fool that I was.
Oh shit.
Fool that I was.
Labeling?
You were a fool for playing your part. What choice did you have, Eddie?
He was just a babe.
It is simple logic. Only a fool plays the fool repeatedly. Many a bottom have I known that never played the Dane, preferring the comfort of a familiar role.
Eddie, it's a little reductive to say that everyone who plays the fool is a bottom. There ain't nothing wrong with letting your partner take the lead.
What?
Oh, ye plebeian. I speak of Nick Bottom.
That's so
From
funny.
the Bard's Journey through
Not
Windsor
everyone's a
to
bottom,
Midsummer
dude.
Night's Dream.
Oh, yeah. Even so, though, if you call yourself a fool, you're doing the same kind of typecasting, ain't you?
I suppose so. Regardless, I did not suffer the indignity for long. I swore that night to never be a puppet again. I stole away and gave myself to the mercy of Poseidon. The bargain was struck, and he swallowed up my hated swaddling clothes and wings. In desperation, I signed on with a mercantile shipping agency. I thought perhaps that my body would bend more than my soul. But oh, did I toil! Life upon the sea is most cruel. Biting winds did carve my visage. Low words hardened my heart, and heavy weights left me bent. By the time I had fulfilled my bargain with the Lord of the Sea, I had become an older man, my efforts etched into every crease on my face.
Dang, sounds intense. How long were you at this job?
An age, a life, 6 months, each one a hungry leech torn from my bleeding body. I am convinced this gauntlet was prepared for me alone, for ne'er in history has one so blessed by grace been subjected to such toil.
Eddie, I gotta stop you there. It's gonna be a lot easier to accept your truth when you realize you ain't alone in your suffering. Hell, there ain't nothing more human than suffering. And historically, kids ain't had it so good.
But none suffered as I suffered.
Child labor.
Such as I was not meant for such misery.
Compadre, I had my first kill and no home at 12 years old. My brother had a stutter his whole life on account of the regular beatings my stepdaddy gave him. Maybe your suffering felt like the only suffering in the world, but it wasn't. And it'll hurt less when you realize you weren't alone. But keep telling me your story. I already know there ain't nobody like you in the world, so don't worry on that account.
You are.
At last,
I finished my chips.
As nature ever demands. I returned to London and into the graces of my dear Uncle Moses and his comely mistress Charlotte. 'Twas she who filled my dramaturgical quiver with dire arrows, fletched by the bard himself. And when
My chippies.
fingers,
I have 2 more bags. They had a sale at the grocery store. So
the good woman taught me the works of Shakespeare. And
actually, no, I only have 1 more bag.
I conquered the stage and saved myself from toil.
But still.
Oh, well, right.
And so you see, the die was cast from the moment I was born. The stage was made for me, and it was my skill upon it.
You're talking like fate itself is playing with you, Eddie. Like you were helpless to do anything but act.
He was born for the stage. He was born to
Acting
act.
was the trick you knew you had up your sleeve, but betting everything on the stage puts the pressure on like nothing else.
I had not considered this. Perhaps 'twas not the fates. I do not give myself enough credit. 'Twas my will that brought me to greatness.
There you go.
The stage roused my spirit. Thus I knew my destiny lay upon it.
Edmund is conflating his emotions.
You got it, amigo. You wanted the stage to be your ticket out of the bad days. Maybe that's why you were so successful. Your intrinsic motivation made you keep pushing to be better.
'Tis so. 'Tis so.
'Tis so.
The threat of the rookeries loomed ever upon my overladen spirit. Acting presented itself as a way to keep myself out of them. It is natural that I should weigh its importance so heavily.
I can see why acting means so much to you, Eddie. I probably feel damn near the same about the things that got me out of my bad days.
Thank you. Then you understand how my alienation from the theater does pain me so. And yet, the cure is as deadly as the illness. These damnable critics! Not a single lifetime among them, and they deign to challenge my interpretation of the written word. They simply cannot relate to my singular experience. I will bear my soul upon that stage, and they will all sneer and malign it on their internet.
For someone that lives for adulation, Edmund has a dim view of his
Is
family.
it over?
You're so certain that them critics are all the same, but I think that ain't being honest with yourself. Not all critics are bad. It takes work to be good at something, so of course the decent critics are gonna be rarer.
What you say rings true. Indeed, although past critics were flabbergasted at my portrayal of King Lear, not all were. And modern perspectives have affirmed that my interpretation was nothing short of brilliant.
Yeah, you get. I took a look at your Wikipedia entry last night, Eddie. Well, maybe you've had a few bad critics here and there, but history says you're a legend, and your work speaks for itself. Hell, you were around before film was ever a thing, and people still remember you.
Ah, your words warm me, as an ersatz son for the one we have forsaken. With thy help, shall I gird my soul, mayhap, and grace the stage once more.
Well, let's talk about that then. What's the biggest thing stopping you from getting back up on that stage right now?
That it all simply might not be worth it. Why should I bear my damned soul when the audience hath not the sight to see it?
Maybe I can ask you a question then. What if there were no audience?
No audience? Do you know what a stage is, sir? It is a platform where life in brief may be portrayed. It is a platform because it is separate from the audience. Without such, the stage ceases to be a stage.
As in, if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound?
Simply but elegantly put, my dear boy. Without the audience, the stage loses all meaning, like a monarch without a kingdom.
Just a minute there, partner. You're saying that the stage is nothing without the audience. But I gotta ask you, where does the acting come from?
Ah, but from simple tongues, the purest of queries, narrow in breadth, but as deep as the sea. The source of acting is everything, my boy. The beating of every heart, the cry of every child, the fluttering of a butterfly's wings. The roots of acting are intertwined with those of life itself.
So does acting come from the audience or from everything?
My dear boy, you prove yet again, as the bard oft did, that 'tis the fool who sees the truth as it is. I bow to your simple wisdom.
Thanks, I guess.
That's a crazy backhanded
Let's figure
compliment,
out
I
how we
guess.
can bring it back to acting. Forget the audience. I know we can't see in mirrors and all, but what do you think of filming yourself?
Brilliant notion. Yes, I shall become my own audience. I
you
shall
go.
bring myself to rapture. Forsooth, if I cannot pleasure myself, whom can I pleasure?
We're still talking about acting, right?
Oh, my dear boy, the pleasures of the flesh are secondary to one who knows character above all else. Indeed, we speak of the noble art. I shall do as you suggest. If there is one on this
Oh, I forgot about the
inspire an artist such as I,
Irish
it is myself.
vampire lady who's super old and is a streamer. Oh, she's interesting. Okay, I'm excited
Sure I'd put it
to
exactly
meet her
that
again.
way, but I think you're touching on the thing we've been talking about.
And the
motivation's
voice
gotta
acting
come
with
from
her?
you, amigo.
Oh man, it's really good.
We are of one mind, dear boy. Perhaps I left my muse in the mortal realm, but I shall find him once more. Not only for myself, but also for my public. Yea, the masses flock to my Wikipedia page as moths to a flame, each a silent plea for the return of the one true artisan of the stage.
Edmund sees his individual qualities as spurring others into action.
Yea, the mass-
Now, hold your horses there, fella. You're reading a little too much into the whole Wikipedia thing. There's 1.5 million reasons why people might be looking you up. I mean, I hear tell the biggest Wikipedia page out there is the one for that coronavirus that got all them mortals all worked up.
Okay, shut up,
Pretty sure they don't want
coronavirus.
that coming back.
And thus dost thou scuttle a burgeoning friendship with the cannons of enmity. Why must you challenge me so?
That's my job, compadre. Ain't we had some good breakthroughs today? We couldn't have gotten there if I'd been busy agreeing with everything you said.
Oh, very well. But I still say you are most vexatious.
I've been called worse. I think we got some homework for you, though, right? You're gonna film yourself and do some acting for its own sake. We'll check back in a few weeks. But Eddie, I think you're doing great. We made a lot of progress today.
Naturally. The human condition is my oeuvre. Nevertheless, you have been
Your
a
what?
competent guide. You have reminded me of what is most important in life. Me. I should like to give you a gift.
Oh,
Oh, come on. You don't need to do nothing like that.
Nonsense.
Oh.
It is meaningless to me, but it is beyond price for you. It
that's
is
so
a
funny.
headshot signed with my autograph.
Oh,
Thank you.
thanks, Eddie.
Cherish it always. If you help me to find my muse, then it is a gift even more precious. And I will find it ere we next meet. Of that, I promise you.
Well, let's not put the pressure on, amigo. Just enjoy some acting. That's all I'm asking for. I'll see you in a few weeks then, okay?
Verily, so it shall be. Godspeed then, boy. Thou shalt witness me new and on. Farewell.
That was pretty good.
A job well done, Samuel. I was particularly impressed at the way you challenged Edmund on what acting means to him.
Yeah, he's a weird fella, but I think he's gonna do
He's a
okay.
little freak, but I like
It can
him.
be hard for our kind to retain our intrinsic motivation. Something must keep him going. I do hope that he will find his. But you, Samuel, must rest. The work you have done in these past 2 months deserves to be celebrated, so do not linger here in this dusty room. Perhaps you can even be encouraged to dance.
I think I'm gonna need a lot more therapy myself to get to that point.
Very well, Samuel. Then let us at least make sure you get well nourished. Find a friendly neck downstairs, my friend. You deserve it. And
Rest in peace. Start saying that instead of good night. Just rest in peace.
Well, they say don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys, but maybe don't let them be actors either.
Damn. There she is. From prehistoric Ireland. I'm excited for Midi. You know what? I will actually. Oh my god. Hey guys, rest in peace. You're like, huh?
Well, time to dish with Crimson a little. I gotta talk to some more folks though. Andy's mainly my teacher, so I'm starting to feel like Crimson's my only friend.
Oh wow, is it really? Wait, that's funny. Wow, oh my god, they're listening to us. We were meant to play this game.
Hey, only friend.
Aw, that's his only friend.
Excuse me?
What? Oh, yeah, Crimson. Hey, Crimson.
Are you blushing, vampire?
Aw.
No, that ain't possible.
It's all right. It's nice to hear from a vampire who's younger than Jesus. Now, let's hear how this week went before you go out there and find friend number 2.
All right, real quick. This client of mine, he had a real bad time as a kid. Well, worse than I did, it sounds like. But he found fame early, and now he's talking about fate and how he's destined for greatness again.
Met plenty of destined for greatness folk in D.C. I lost patience for it. How do you think you handled him?
Pretty well. I don't think I've ever said poorly.
He didn't threaten to jump
Like,
off
why
the
would
cliff
I
this
say
time
that?
or anything. I gave him an assignment to film himself doing something he loves doing. He seemed excited about that.
You're either brave or adorable, Sam Walls.
There's nothing brave about it. As for adorable, well, some have used words to that effect before.
Aw.
Okay, now I know you're confident enough to get out there. Giddy up.
Here we go. Right to the edge of the dance floor, but not on it. Don't want anyone getting any funny ideas.
Oh, is it gonna be the lady with the weird eyes? Yeah, there she is.
You scared the shit out of me.
The fuck? Why do you look like that, dude?
But you can't shit. You're a vampire.
Okay.
Know that I see much, vampire, and that I like what I see.
She's a freak.
Oh, it's her again. Well, I was hoping to find a mortal friend, or at least a willing Nick. Now, what do mortals at this time talk about?
Let's be...
So, daylight savings time, huh? Whose idea was that, Van Helsing, am I right?
Yeah, fuck the daylight savings time.
I like daylight savings.
Oh.
I can see things more clearly in the daylight. But I can also see how this policy is inconsiderate to vampires. I'm sorry, vampire. I see how this could be an inconvenience.
You see a lot, don't you?
Why don't you tell me what you see?
Like a shit ton of eyes, dude.
I see an interesting mortal. Someone observant. Someone who isn't afraid to have their own style.
That is what you observe. It is not what you see.
Girl, what?
Well, fine. You tell me what I see.
You see the long vein across my throat. It looks very juicy, doesn't it?
Well, now that you mention it, it does.
Then consent is given. Do not hesitate, vampire.
Oh, nice. Okay. Ah.
Shucks, that was something else. You got good circulation there.
I see. And what do I taste like?
Kinda earthy. You could use some iron. What do you eat most often?
I eat a lot of carrots. They're supposed to be good for one's eyesight, and I like to see. I see now
that.
You are tired and wish to enter your state of torpor.
Well, maybe I'll see myself out then.
Oh, she didn't like
offensive.
that. Huh?
I'm going to leave now.
What?
Shoot, was it something I said?
How was that
Well, at
offensive?
least I got a full belly. And now, time for some shut-eye.
Thank you. Huh? Girl, what?
Good evening, sir.
Checkpoint safe, let's go!
You're seeing the Ancient One tonight, aren't you?
Oh, I'm so excited for this one.
Ancient one.
She's such a
100 years
freak.
Younger than you, Andy.
I suppose I was engaging in a bit of labeling myself. You are, of course, correct. Still, her age presents a unique challenge. After one lives for 1,000 years, history seems less a line than a fixed point. Speaking of which, I imagine you can guess what distortion an old one such as Medi might fixate upon.
It's gotta be overgeneralization. She really is basing all her opinions on her experiences when she was alive.
Very good, Samuel. I heard tales of her island in my time, but they were never peaceful tales.
No.
I'm not surprised she finds safety in her narrative. What other distortions do you think Medi might exhibit?
Let's do labeling. That one's easy.
Good to go, boss.
Then I will leave you to it. Good luck, my friend.
Yes! Yes!
Hello again,
There she is.
strange cowboy man.
It's good to see you again, Mitty. How's the past month been for you?
Went for a walk, just like you suggested. Didn't like it very much.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. What was so unpleasant about it?
It's very loud outside, and dirty, and smelly. Everywhere I walked, it smelled like mortal food, which is disgusting. They knew how good it felt to drink blood. Maybe they would not eat so much of this pizza food. There's so many cars, too. I don't like cars. They have hateful faces. They look so angry all the time.
True.
Stepped in wee, killed 7 men, and got splashed by a bus. Really
She stepped in
quite
wee.
awful.
You killed 7 men? How the heck did that happen?
Oh, that was inconvenient, you know. Normally I have my zealots do that kind of thing for me. They take care of the bodies. But I had to do all that silly work myself. And now there are always police sirens going off. It interrupts my streams and makes my followers very sad.
Why did that all happen?
Because they found the bodies everywhere, silly. I don't know what to do with my rubbish.
I meant why the killing. You didn't happen to make a few assumptions based on past experiences? Why kill a bunch of men?
Oh, well, they looked at me. I know what mortals who look at me are like. If I let them live, they'd probably try to burn me as a witch.
Oh no.
Nothing but kill them.
She knows what all mortal...
Oh,
Damn it.
Hold on a sec. You know what mortals who look at you are like. How do you...
I don't have to read their minds, sweetling. I have known manlings for a very long time.
Manling is a crazy term.
I get what you're saying. But here in this room, at least, we gotta be honest with ourselves. Do you really know what they were thinking?
Silly mouseling. I do not need to know what a wolf is thinking to know what a wolf is.
Wish I could do that. Real.
Does that mean every wolf you see is gonna try to eat you?
We don't have wolves anymore. They're all gone now.
So maybe you can see where that kind of thinking can be a problem. It was scared people who killed all them wolves, right? Now I know that thinking doesn't come from nowhere. Old as you are, I'm sure you've seen some real awful stuff.
That's right. Haven't killed you, though. You are kind, little mouse.
Well, let's lay off the mouse stuff a little.
I'm sorry. Don't wish for you to scurry away into a little hole. Do you want to hear why I feel the way I do?
I would appreciate it greatly, miss.
Let me tell you about men from my time, then. Let's start with me, Da.
Hey, starting with her da.
Father sold me and
Oh.
to a chief of a rival clan
Oh.
for a golden necklace.
Huh.
That is just horrifying.
Well, shit.
Don't fuss, sweetling. It was the most beautiful golden necklace.
Oh my god.
It was 2 girls' worth. Father got quite a deal, really.
You're using humor, but I'm sure that must have been heartbreaking for you.
It was common at the time. I suppose I should have been glad to be the possession of an old chief.
Whose should is that, matey?
Why, everyone thought that. They were ever so surprised when I ran away. Did wish I could feel the way they felt, but I simply could not.
I think most of us vampires had it rough as kids. Maybe most kids have it rough, I don't know. But the one thing I do know is that kids don't come with the same shoulds their parents have got. I think we're learning all them shoulds ended up being a load of horse shit anyway.
I knew girls who did as they were told. They would have been thrilled to have been the concubine of a powerful chief. But, oh, he was so old. Cormac O'Neill, the oldest man I had ever seen. I remember thinking, where is
Ew.
his face? Because I could not see it under all his disgusting wrinkles.
Disgusting.
How old was the guy?
38.
All right.
That was pretty old in your time, huh? Wish I'd died at 38. Could have been a better looking corpse.
I guess that's true.
Well, he left an awful looking corpse. His face was all...
I'm guessing you had something to do with that, huh?
Not me. My boyfriend, Abertach.
What a name.
Told me he'd set me free. I suppose he did. He created a delightful poison for me. He said it would make my dear master die in excruciating pain. So, one night I lay with him, and that means I did sex, and when he was pleased, I fed him the poison mead. Abby did what I couldn't, and the old fool finally died.
You're saying your boyfriend killed your husband, but it sounds to me like you did the real work. He mixed up some herbs, sure, but you were the one that had to sleep with the old man and get the poison in him.
Abby made sure I knew it was because of him that I was free. He said it could never have happened without him.
He didn't have to be brave to mix up a potion. I think the bravery was all you, Mitty. Don't disqualify the idea that the person who set you free was you.
You know, I think you're absolutely right, strange cowboy man. I did do all the work, but Abby never let me forget that he was the one who
Oh
freed me.
man. Oh no.
Wants me to worship him.
A fella who demands to be worshipped is always going to be a dangerous man.
Dangerous men have always been drawn to me. Must be something about the way I am.
So what happened after you killed Cormac?
The Neil clan came after me and Abby. They found him, took their swords and went, stab, stab, stabby, stabby, stab, stab, stab. But Abby just laughed. That's how I found out he was undead already. Gave me the willies. When they couldn't kill Abby, they decided to kill me instead.
Oh.
And that made him very upset indeed, because I belonged to him.
That must have been terrifying.
I suppose. Mostly hurt.
Oh god.
Lots and lots. Getting stabbed isn't much fun when you're immortal.
I ain't too fond of it as a vampire neither.
Abby fed me his blood, though, and then I became like him. When I woke up, the Neil clan who tried to kill us were all properly dead. Well, almost dead. They still had a lot of blood left, and I was hungry. The Neil clan was ever so cross, though. They captured Abby and sealed him in a tomb with some forgotten spells. He's still there, as far as I know.
What happened to you?
I didn't have a future with my tribe. I insulted both my clan and Cormac's clan by killing their chief. My only choice was to be alone. That's the wisest.
That kind of all-or-nothing thinking could get us in trouble. If we think all is lost, we're liable to do things we wouldn't normally do. I know I did some stuff I regretted in them moments, and I sure wish I'd taken a breath and stepped back in all them times.
You sound so sad when you say that, funny cowboy man.
I'm all right. I'm just saying, you're a capable lady. You've always got more options than you think in a bad moment.
Oh, but you're just a child. I don't want you to be sad.
Well, let's focus on you, huh? You say you've been living alone ever since then?
Of course, my silly cowboy man. We aren't mortal anymore. We will always end up alone.
Oh.
Again, Medi deals in extremes. Long
Damn it.
life often.
Of course.
Come on, Mitty. You're distorting a lot of reality there. All vampires ain't lonely. Some of us choose to be, but not all of us. Sure, mortals have a habit of dying, but there will always be more of them.
Damn.
Not to mention all the vampires out there. Heck, I used to be in a vampire gang. Cult. Well, kind of both. They weren't good company, but they certainly weren't lonely. I mean, ain't we talking? Well, there's loads of vampires out there who think like you do, and they're fulfilling their own prophecies of loneliness.
You're being a mean little mouse now, and I don't like it very much.
Whoa, Medi.
Maybe I should have killed you after all.
I'm trying to help you, Mitty. The world's changed a lot in the last 1800 years. A lot of it bad, but a lot of it good too. By and large, most people ain't burning witches and selling their daughters. That sort of thing's frowned upon by mortals these days. There are laws out there to protect folks now. It ain't like in old times.
May I tell you a story, little mouse?
All right, tell me a story.
Once upon a time, there was a very pretty young lady.
I don't mean to interrupt your story so soon, but you didn't think I was gonna let you get. Don't call yourself crazy. You've been around way longer than I have. You gotta know that sanity is relative.
She's actually insane, though.
I know I'm crazy, though. Everyone tells me so, even my zealots.
She cannot kill him? No, I'm pretty sure there's no fighting. And the big guy who owns this place wouldn't let that happen, I would assume.
You know, crazy ain't supposed to be a
Protected.
nice word. So why are you using it? Why are you creating a reality where what you are is crazy?
You are an annoying little mouse sometimes. Very well. I won't call myself crazy in front of you.
It's a start.
May I continue my story now? The pretty young lady Mary had moved in with her cousin, Mrs. Hultridge. At first they got along quite well, but one day Mary started acting naughty. She would shout, act unladylike, and even say that Jesus Christ wasn't very special.
No, why would she say that?
Mrs. Hultridge liked Jesus Christ very much and wanted Mary to like him too. When she didn't, this embarrassed Mrs. Hultridge. She began to think something was wrong with Mary. After all, who didn't like Jesus Christ?
Oh no, there was a religion war?
Mrs. Hultridge said that Mary had begun to vomit up pins and buttons, nails, glass, and bits of wool. Instead of being grateful for the free gifts Mary was vomiting,
What?
Mrs. Hultridge said that she had been attacked by 8 witches
Ah,
in
a witch
spectral form.
hunt.
Now, it just so happened that all 8 of those witches lived very close to the town where Mrs. Hultridge lived. Despite their magical prowess, the 8 witches were captured and put into the stocks, and all the people of the town were told that the women did not like Jesus Christ at all. So the Jesus Christ-liking people threw rotten vegetables and poo at the witches.
Ew.
And, just for fun,
Oh.
they gouged out the eye of one of them. Then they kicked the witches out of town and lived happily ever
What a
after.
beautiful story.
The end.
Well, that ain't a pleasant story.
Oh, it was very unpleasant. It hurts very much to have your
Her eye.
taken away. But I like my new eye. It's fun. I was 1500 summers old or so when that happened. The world hadn't changed much then. I don't think it's changed much now.
I'm sorry that happened to you, Mitty. You're right. Folk can be pretty.
Oh, that's
awful
why
when
her
they get
eyes are
riled
different
up.
colors.
That ain't changed.
Oh, don't be sorry, little mouse. I like my new eye. Also, the story has a happy ending.
Oh yeah? What's that?
After I had my eye taken away, I took Mrs. Hultridge's parts away too, one by one until she died. It was so much fun.
That's a little morbid, Mitty.
Morbid Mary? Oh, I like that. That's very clever, little mouse. But you see why I'm careful now?
Yeah, I get it. But look, there's one thing that's different now, and that's
Did you? What we're doing right now.
it's what we're doing right now. In all that time up till now, therapy ain't never existed. We only just started looking at ourselves and the way we think. Before recent times, we only looked at gods, government, and society. The self is a new frontier, and we're learning stuff we never considered before. The frontier can be kind of scary, but being on that frontier means moving forward. Come on.
Silly mouse. If something feels scary, that means that there must be something to be scared of.
I know you've been through a lot and you got damn good reasons for being careful. But there's a reason you came to me, right?
Yes, but it wasn't because I wanted to go outside. It's because of my fans. They're very demanding.
Right. That's why we were talking about your going for walks and went down this rabbit hole.
Or, in your case, a mouse hole.
Anyway, therapy usually ain't about just one thing. It's about lots of things. If the problem is your fans, we gotta imagine unlife without them, right?
Don't want to lose them all. Some of them are gentle. They're too weak to hurt anyone, which is why they don't.
You really think weak people
Good
would hurt
night,
others if they were
Luco.
stronger?
Have a wonderful evening. Have a good week ahead of you. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it.
Little mouse, I've been alive for a long time. I believe what my eye shows me. Yes, if one is capable of hurting another, they do.
They can, but they don't always. You ever seen them capybara animals?
The capybaras. I love them.
They're dang massive rodents and could do some damage if they wanted to, I reckon.
Oh, yes! Oh, they're very cute. People like to share
Shout out the capybaras.
Community.
Some folk are like that. They just want to sit around and have someone scratch their bellies.
Real.
Is that what you want, little mouse? Do you want me to scratch your belly?
What? No, I'm just saying. Don't assume everyone's out to hurt someone. Yeah, it happens. Of course it does. But that kind of thinking ain't giving folks their fair shot.
Don't know what I'll do if I don't have my followers. I can't live the way I used to before the machines took over. Oh, they expect so much of me now. They send me messages all night.
They need their content.
They need content. God, if I don't give them their content, they'll all leave. Their attention spans are like those of little bugs, but they're...
Okay, I think we need to talk about moderation.
Oh, I already have moderators, silly mouse.
Mhm.
Any major content.
Shout out my mods.
I don't know what that stuff means. I'm talking about moderation in your thinking. What if you gave your fans only what you felt comfortable giving?
Doesn't matter what I want, silly mouse. They just want me to overreact to video games.
No.
Again, Medi seems to view her followers as
cattle.
Doesn't matter.
Medi, you're thinking that mortals want only one type of content is forcing you to make only one type of content. Your assumptions are keeping you from doing things you like, and you deserve to do things you actually enjoy.
You're very kind. I thought cowboys were supposed to be tough.
Who says I ain't? I just don't have nothing to prove no more. Here, why don't we try something new for next time, since going out didn't go so well last time. I want to challenge you to take a day off. Don't answer any messages, don't post no content.
Unplug
Just do
day.
something for you and you alone. Take a sick day.
But we never get sick. We're dead people.
They don't know that, do they? One day. That's all I'm asking for. You need to give yourself a little space.
Very well. Since you've been a very kind mouse, I'll do it for you.
I'd prefer it if you did it for you, but we'll work toward that, huh?
Oh, I wish I had a big piece of cheese to give to you right now.
A lactose intolerance is kind of a side effect of death, but I appreciate the sentiment. I'll see.
Yes.
Great. I'll...
Bye.
That went well.
You are doing well, my friend. I know we old ones can be rather inscrutable sometimes.
She's human. We all are, ain't we? The way I see it, we all got the same problems one way or another.
Your wisdom never fails to impress, Samuel. I believe it is time for you to follow your own. All work and no play makes for a dull vampire, as they say.
Yeah, you're probably right. I might hit the hay early and do a bit of reading.
If you must take out some aggression on hay, then please do so. Rest in peace.
If you need to beat up some hay, that's fine.
Good night, Andy. Dang, I wonder how I'll feel about humanity when I'm 1800. Heck, I wonder whether they're leaving me a planet.
True. Wait. How do I? Holy shit! I just wanted. Okay, I guess I'm not doing it.
To drown my existential woes in blood.
I can't turn the page. Okay, Jesus Christ.
Howdy there, Crimson.
You're sounding a little weary there, cowboy. You getting enough to drink these nights?
Oh, yeah, that ain't it. Just existential ponderings.
That's just my specialty. What's eating you, buckaroo?
It's this old client I got. She's been watching humanity hurting itself for 1,800 years. Every time she expected better, she got hurt. She ain't wrong to mistrust mortals.
That's a tough one. What do you do with someone like that?
Well, I tried to guide her to look inward like I do with everyone. People are people, but so is she.
How do you think she took it?
I think she appreciated the focus on her. I can't answer for...
I think you could stand to listen to yourself, Ranchero. You could have been a mean old Dracula, and nobody would expect anything different from you.
Real?
Reckon there have always been people like you, no matter how bad it's been in history.
Dang, Crimson. I can see why Andy respects you so much. You done some living, sounds like.
Death at the door can put things into perspective. I get where your client is coming from. Changing the world isn't gonna happen, but we can at least change ourselves.
I don't think that's true. The country I left definitely ain't the country I was born in.
The wheels turn a little slowly for us mortals, cowboy. Back in D.C., I was trying to push policy to do something about our poverty problem, but the kind gentlemen across the street were pretty happy to make things worse. When I got my cancer diagnosis, that was my wake-up call to stop getting disappointed and start living with the little amount of time I had left.
Working at a bar is more rewarding than being a member of the bar, huh?
Not bad, cowboy. It's got its charms. Here, I whipped up something special for you.
That ain't half bad. Got a refreshing taste.
Rose hips. Just a little something extra. Been experimenting with some herbals for Andy.
Guess old dogs like us can still learn new tricks. Thanks, Crimson. I think I'll hit the hay now.
You hit that hay, Desperado. I'll see you later.
Got a lot on my mind tonight. I think I need some rest. Now, what should I do to relax? I think sleep's what I need right. That's enough for one night. Time to visit Dreamland.
Oh,
Maybe I'll see my
princess.
princess there.
I forgot. His horse. His sweet little guy.
Samuel, my dear, I do look forward to our chats. How are you feeling tonight?
My dear.
I gotta confess, boss, I'm a little down. I love helping other
Aw.
vampires, but getting therapy myself sometimes ain't much fun.
I understand. Looking in the mirror is difficult for any human, much more so when they don't cast a reflection.
You ain't kidding. It just seems like there's always work to do, you know? Like my walking in the woods for 90 years wasn't nearly enough time.
I dare say you are correct. I believe that we must never cease our walking in the woods. There is no mystery deeper than that of our own existence.
Where do vampires come from anyway?
Well, Samuel, when two vampires love each other very much...
Come on, boss, that's not what I'm asking. Where do we come from?
The answer to that is much older than recorded history, my friend. But let us focus on you. We should start with some meditation and determine what thoughts are most important to you right now. Close your eyes and envision your place of comfort.
I ain't good at being a therapist. Is my hat weird? Ich bin Sam. Ich bin ein cool man. Election looks real bad back home. Dr. Drain thinks I'm brain damaged.
Wait, how do I acknowledge a thought? Wait, how do I do it? What is L? Wait, I can't. Wait. How do I do this? I can't click anything. Oh no. Am I just supposed to keep breathing? Bruh. How am I supposed to click? Acknowledge thought. I'm trying to acknowledge a thought. Hello? Am I supposed to use this? Oh my gosh, I am.
Why'd my mama have to marry that asshole? When's the sunrise?
Oh, wow.
The Senora hates my guts. Sure wish you were still here, Jeb. Actors need help, that's for dang sure.
I should just unplug that. Okay. Wow, that was a lot.
Wish I had more book smarts. Bet he scares the heck out of me. You're an idiot, Sam, hurting all them folk.
Aw.
Why'd I join up with a gang in the first place?
What the is my hat weird?
How are you feeling, my friend?
That was a lot. Why was that so hard?
Pretty good. I gotta say, my head's been a mess of thoughts lately. I think I was afraid of therapy today.
Why is that, my friend?
Well, after last time, I think I was stewing a bit. Just being real angry at myself for joining that nasty cult in the first place.
They preyed on the vulnerable, as cults tend to do. If you had been a man of means with a robust support system, I doubt they would have noticed you.
Yeah, I know. And honestly, I'm mad about that too. I mean, my country did me real wrong and put me in that sorry state to begin with.
This sounds like a proverbial can of worms.
Yeah, you could definitely say that. After we talked last time, I kept thinking, what could I have done differently? And the answer amounts to horse shit. All that law-breaking I did, all that murdering and stealing and doing no good, that was my country failing me.
Let us slow down, Samuel. You are making a bit of a logical leap. I have great admiration and empathy for you, my friend. But it is disrespectful to those you hurt to blame anyone but yourself.
I mean, I guess I could have died. Suppose that would have been kinder. But that's a lot to ask a boy to do.
I am not suggesting that you should have died.
Maybe you should have been dead.
Just that your country was without fault. However, your country had its role, and you had yours. You are using a cognitive distortion called
We are learning
When we
more.
engage in blaming, we ignore or wipe away our own faults, attributing them to someone or something else. Our faults are precious, Samuel. We cannot be ourselves without them. Do not wipe them away.
I mean, I just wish things hadn't been the way they were. If my country had taken a better trail, maybe I would have turned out different.
Differently. I am sorry to interrupt, but Senora Deste might correct you less gently. Now then, perhaps it would help to put blaming into perspective. It is always humbling to see ourselves in the mirrors of our minds, is it not? Let's try some examples. See if you can tell when I am blaming.
Okay.
I turned into a bat the other day and flew right into a tree. Who put that tree there?
Blaming someone else, or the tree, for you being clumsy, that ain't gonna do anyone much good. I smacked into my fair share of trees back when I was a youngster, but that was definitely my fault.
Of course. There is no shame in being a novice flyer as a young vampire. But we can be insecure creatures. That's our humanity at work. I was unable to perform in bed with Crimson the other night.
Whoa.
Dang, that is some blaming. Takes two to tango, boss. Maybe there's some bad blood brewing between you two. Man, I wish I had.
He said I was lying.
Do not worry, my friend. Crimson and I are great, Sam.
All right, I get it.
I said nothing lurid, Samuel. Why are you so distressed?
Singing great satisfaction. It's like hearing your parents talking about their sex lives. I mean, not that you're. I mean, I'll forget I said anything.
Aw.
All right, Samuel, let us move on. The interface on this widely used new vampire dating app is so modern. How do they expect anyone to use this cursed thing? Did you see the football game the other night? My preferred team played with great skill and should have won. The referee was clearly an agent of the Dark Lord. It is the fault of the cursed sun that we must live in darkness.
The sun can't help being the sun, so don't go blaming it. The way I see it, we got our place. That ain't nobody's fault.
Well done, Samuel. Perhaps the sun is even more brilliant in our memories, and seeing the real thing would spoil it.
Well, that's one way of thinking about it.
There are some blaming distortions you missed in there, my friend. I turned into a bat the other day and flew.
What?
Blaming someone else? I smacked into
What?
my.
Of course. I was unable to perform in.
Dang.
Bruh, they made me do them all again.
All right,
I said nothing lurid.
Singing.
The interface on this
Come on now, boss. Not every app out there is designed too good.
You are correct, Samuel. By the way, Thank you again for teaching me Control V and Control C.
Oh, yeah. Way faster than...
You youngsters always find the latest tricks. Did you see the football?
And now, hold on,
I
Andy.
see.
I think I saw the game you're talking about, and you're just blaming the... You got a great tight end, but one that plays a little...
Excuse.
I didn't mean it.
Not the
like that.
tight end.
Oh, heck, I can't talk right today.
It's quite all right. Isn't getting dirty the point of play?
Wow.
I think I get it. I ain't trying to erase what... And it all goes back to the United States taking my daddy away for their manifest destiny.
God damn.
Him too. Dying for his country. What kind of nonsense is that? How does country pay him back? By making my poor ma marry a drunk who beat the daylights out of her and his kids? Ain't no damn wonder I turned out the way I did.
That must have been devastating, Samuel. Countries are not human. They cannot feel. And stories such as yours prove it.
I mean, what the hell, Andy? My daddy's corpse didn't give a shit about no United States of America. It's kind of funny when you think about it. He died fighting the British so the U.S. could say they own Missouri. Who the fuck cares?
True.
I'm telling you, Andy, the best thing about being dead is realizing how little that nationalism crap matters.
Desire for identity can create monsters worse than we. What happened after your father died?
Well, we didn't have nothing. The money was running out, so my ma got married to a hard man who drank even harder. He beat up my older brother, Jeb, for fun. And once Jeb started fighting back, dear old stepdad came for me. And that's when my brother killed him.
It sounds like a tragedy from my own country's mythology. I am sorry that such a thing happened to you, Samuel. Your brother was brave.
No kidding. We went on the run together, but he was the one who kept us alive and fed, mostly through stealing and begging. Once we stopped being cute, begging didn't work anymore. So we moved up to robbing and killing.
Damn.
Killed my first man at 12, and then it got a little too easy.
That is young. I cannot imagine how difficult that must have been, Samuel. My country asked me to kill at 20, and I still remember how...
Yeah, well, nobody told me to do it. Like you said, when my brother and I rode into a town, you should have seen the way people looked at us. They knew we were
A moment, Samuel. I believe this is an opportunity for some growth.
We learning?
It's them just...
To err is human, as they say. Do not be discouraged. There is something in what you just said that you cannot be sure of. Can you tell me what it is?
Nationalism is neat,
You
actually.
ain't saying national.
I am over 3,000 years old.
Oh, it ain't that, man.
That's funny.
I guess there ain't no way of knowing that people thought we were trouble.
That's right, Samuel. There is one way of knowing exactly what they were thinking, and that would be to read their minds. Thus is the cognitive distortion called mind reading. Yes, we can weigh evidence and make predictions, but never with complete certainty.
I was a dirty little thieving murderer. I don't blame him for judging me.
First, that's labeling. Second, one of those people might have been patient and gentle, one that had an experience like yours. You cannot know. With your mind reading, do you see how you made everyone your enemy?
Yeah. You're right. You're damn right.
No one expects a child to be perfectly aware of themselves and the world, Samuel. Remember, start with compassion for yourself. Here, let us do an exercise to help you recognize mind reading. Jesus Christ would have disliked the idea of anal intercourse.
Huh? How?
I know that's mind reading right there. Unless you asked Jesus Christ himself and he told you, there's no way you know how he feels about butt sex.
I love that we're talking about butt sex and Jesus Christ.
Very good, Samuel. Many
No
mankind
sodomy.
have claimed to know the mind of Jesus Christ, and none of them have ever even met him.
Real?
You were there when he was kicking around. You ever meet him?
No, that part of the world was never really vampire-friendly. The chair you're sitting in is one of his, though. Magnificent, isn't it?
Jesus Christ made this chair?
I bought it cheaply before he became a big deal. He was certainly ahead of his time as a carpenter.
Dang. Now I feel awkward sitting in this thing.
It's more than 2,000 years old, Samuel. It is still just a chair, and it's experienced millennia of past wind. Don't worry about it.
He would be farting in his chair.
Crimson is upset with me because I forgot to take out the garbage. I know, because she told me so.
Oh. Well, not that
I
one.
sent my friend Vlad an internet message, and he left it on red.
That's some mind reading for sure. There's no way you know what Vlad's thinking.
Excellent, Samuel. That's correct. There are endless reasons why Vlad would leave my messages on red, and only Vlad knows them. Reading too much into an internet message is a massive waste of time.
The Pony Express was a lot healthier, I think. This internet stuff makes people get real nutty.
Mortals are in more of a rush than we are, I'm afraid. Let us continue. One of the patrons of my club was having dirty thoughts about me. I know because I read his mind with my vampiric powers.
Okay,
I
maybe not
told
that
our
one.
bouncer Bert a funny joke the other day. He was quiet, but very amused.
How the heck would you know if Bert was amused by your jokes?
You are correct, Samuel. No one knows what Bert is thinking. I like to
Shout
think
out,
he
Bert.
dreams of butterflies. But who can say?
I don't think he's thinking of butterflies.
Then you are mind reading, Samuel. Let Bert be Bert.
I like that. Let Bert be Bert.
Yeah, I guess so.
I believe you now understand that mind reading may have closed the door on some opportunities for you.
I suppose. I can't really know either way, but I guess that's the point of all this. Knowing what's real and what's not.
Exactly, Samuel. So tell me, what happened to you and your brother?
You don't know already. I thought we were famous Wild West outlaws. They called us the Handsome Boys, on account of the fact that we were young and good looking. I think we made as close to a living as possible while keeping up a life like that for some 35 years.
Damn.
They stopped calling us the Handsome Boys eventually. Mostly they just called us those two bitches.
Real.
Jeb and I married a pair of sisters, even talked about settling down in some kind of fashion.
That's kind of wild.
We got greedy though. One last big job, as they say in the pictures. Met this fella in a saloon who'd heard of us. Went by Ernie. He said he'd help us take down the Pioneer Missouri Bank. A take of $30,000, split 3 ways. That's about $1 million in today's dollars, but that
Damn.
kind of money was unthinkable back when. We got the money all right, but my brother got shot in the head. Dead before he even hit the ground. I didn't know who did it. So in my rage, I killed every soul in that bank. Ernie and I ran off with that dirty money, but weren't nothing the same after that. When she heard the news, my sister-in-law was screaming so loud she scared the coyotes away. My wife left with her that night, and I didn't see. Not sure
Damn.
I wanted to. I had $15,000 and no interest in spending it. Just sat there in a sack. When Ernie invited me to join his gang, I'm pretty sure I signed that devil's contract as soon as I started killing them folks in the bank.
I am sorry, Samuel.
Damn.
That is a truly horrifying story. I can hear the pain in your voice. Your brother was precious to you.
Yeah. He wasn't a good man, Andy. But he kept me safe. Without him, I knew I'd be doomed. I was certain I had no choice but to join the Mystic Bastards. Yeah, I know.
I know you know, Samuel. A new one, but I think you can identify it on your own. What is the cognitive distortion you are displaying now?
I was so sure I was right to join the Mystic Bastards.
Indeed, Samuel. This cognitive distortion is known as being always right. And when you are always right, your choices are limited, even if they lead to doom. We become so convinced that only we have the appropriate perspective, even in a world of infinite possibilities. One would expect immortals to be immune to this distortion after seeing their beliefs challenged over generations. We are just as susceptible to being always right. Let's try some examples so you can identify when I am. I have the experience of ages. My authority cannot be questioned.
Okay, Boom.
Excuse me?
Just something
Okay,
I hear the
Boomer.
kids say when old mortal folk are acting like they're always right. The folks born after World War II are real good at destroying the world, but they assume age leads to wisdom. It ain't necessarily so.
You are always right about that. Well, with my multi-generational economic expertise, I am confident
Excuse me.
conditions will result
Thank
in
you.
mass layoffs in the next quarter.
Hold on, you can't know that.
I did not say that I was certain.
I
Modern
see.
stock-
Wait, are you serious?
Yes. They sacrifice all to the dark god of ever-increasing profit.
Oh, right. I guess I never thought of
Capitalism.
institutional investment bankers as dark cultists.
If only they had chosen a more ethical god than unrestrained capitalism. I know that turning another into a vampire inevitably results in resentment.
That sounds like you're always right. I know a lot of us vampires ain't too happy with our lot.
That is correct, Samuel. Of course, we must be careful when choosing whom we turn and when. Choosing to live forever is not a choice casually made.
It ain't usually a choice at all.
But we will endeavor to break that cycle, my friend. We have enough clients already without having more resentful immortals running around. Let us continue. I know for a fact that vampires become misanthropic as they age. I do not need your perspective.
And now hold on, you ain't always right. You thinking we're gonna turn into misanthropes is limiting you from making new vampires, but that's just your thinking.
Very good, my dear Samuel. Caution is warranted when bringing a new soul into the dark, but I must consider perspectives other than my own. I have not had much good fortune with my children of darkness, but I am indeed not the only judge of character.
You got kids, Andy?
I had many dark children before I recognized the gravity inherent in doing so. I only wish more of my brethren could learn what a responsibility it is to begin the unlife of another. I know the internet is a passing fad. I have seen technology come and go, so I can trust my own expertise. There are still some always right. I have the experience of ages. My authority.
Okay.
Oh, God damn it.
Just some the folks
I missed the last one.
With my multi-generational I know that turning another into a... That is correct.
It ain't usually a choice.
But we will end. I know for a fact that vampires become misanthropic.
Now hold on.
Very good, my dear. I have not had much.
You got kids, Andy?
I had many. I only wish... I know the internet is a...
I think you're doing a little always right there, Andy. A lot of folks had unwavering confidence that the fax machine was going to stick around forever, but they weren't right now.
Truly? I still use my fax machine. It is the preferred mode of communication among vampires here in Germany.
Heck, I guess that just proves no one is always right about technology. I think I get it, boss. If I had found folks to listen to other than myself, maybe I wouldn't have joined up with Ernie's gang.
Perhaps, perhaps not. You had plenty of reasons for making the choices you made. Reflecting on them is what helps us to grow.
Yeah, I'm a lucky fella all in all. I did some stuff with those vampires that I was pretty sure erased any humanity I had left. But I was wrong. Them transcendentalists I hold up with were ready to help me no matter how nasty I was. And I know I've done a lot of thinking on my own, but
I've done a lot of thinking on my own, but I owe them everything. Is that so, Samuel? Can you point out your own distortion there? Samuel, you are discounting your own... I ask...
It's my old favorite sneaking up on me, disqualifying the positive.
That's right, Samuel. And why were the transcendentalists able to help you? We just went over it tonight.
I realized I wasn't always right.
Excellent, Samuel. Your capacity
Let's go, we've learned.
And so quickly is truly inspiring. I almost feel as though my blood is circulating on its own.
Oh, come on, Andy. I'm just a fella.
You have earned a reprieve from disqualifying the positive, my friend. Embrace it. I believe we have had a productive session today. Let us not press matters. This is difficult work, and you are handling it wonderfully. How do you feel?
You know, I feel okay. Somehow it's better than feeling good. What happened is what happened. Some bad stuff happened to me, and I did some bad stuff. None of it lasts forever. That's the nice thing about having all the time in the world.
Your trials have made you wise indeed, my dear Samuel. Now rest, my friend. You shall soon share your wisdom with your clients. I wish you a good night.
We say goodnight regularly.
Yeah, I believe it's early coffin time for me to...
You as well, Samuel. Rest in peace.
Oh, there it is. The rest in peace.
Samuel, greetings. You look a bit pale. May
Slay.
I offer you something to drink?
I think that's a good spot to end for today. Yeah, that was fun. Nice and relaxing. We learned some. I think I like this, like going through each client, I guess on a weekly basis, ideally. Just do the loop. Let's see, who is live right now? Ooh, let's raid Lexi. She's playing Blasphemous 2. Thanks for being here, Miss Dorothy. Stream didn't die, so it looks like the Wi-Fi is fine. So hopefully I will have normal 3 streams this upcoming week instead of just 1. So should be good. Have a good week, everybody. Bye.